Hello everybody. It's been a long time since I made a hobby related video relating to my Kill Team stuff. In the interim, we have had a new edition of Kill Team where GW has given us nice free rules for all the teams, and as you can see here in my spreadsheet, they have designed nice logos for each of the teams. I took these logos from GW and took them into GIMP and made them transparent, and with a combination of conditional formatting and those transparent images, I was able to make this sheet, as you can see here, that uses some hidden rows to conditionally format these teams based on the purple teams are teams that my wife has: Novitiates, Angels of Death, Corsair Voidscarred, Blooded, Warp Coven, and Blades of Cain. And the blue teams are my teams: Wormblade, Pathfinders, Legionaries, Herotech Circle, and Vespid. So there's that, and that pulls out of this new teams list sheet here that shows if a team is classified for tournament play, which I'm not going to go to any tournaments, I don't believe, where that will matter. When they're classified, how many models are in the team at minimum. Like, for example, Warp Coven, 6 is the minimum amount of models you could have, but you could use a lot of Zangors and get up to 11 models in the team. And it also shows, as you can see, conditional formatting, which teams are Xenos teams in gray, Imperium teams in green, and Chaos teams in red, with, again, the blue and the purple for which teams belong to my wife and I. I also built this team size chart in case we want to pick teams based on how many models are in them. Red teams are 6-man teams. Yellow teams are 7 to 9-man teams. Orange teams are 10 on the nose. And green teams are over 10. So if we go back here, we see, yeah, Scout Squad has 9, and here Scout Squad is yellow. This shows the progress totals on building our teams. The data on my wife's teams is not as accurate as the data on mine, because I haven't updated her data as frequently as mine. This is my shame pile, which shows all my unfinished models and their state towards being finished. And over here it tells me I have 6 incomplete teams with 93 total incomplete models. None are unassembled, 11 are fully unpainted, 31 are semi-painted, 77 need their decals and nameplate, 93 need varnish, 42 need a base magnet, and 46 need data cards. We can skip over these because they are from the last edition of Kill Team, so that doesn't matter. And this here gives me, this is an example of one of the sheets for the teams themselves, where I can update the data that will result in them being updated in that other sheet for my shame pile. And so yeah, you can go through and you can see all of the teams. Now this is currently limited to 20-man teams format wise. In the old edition of Kill Team there was a 20-man roster limit. In the new edition of Kill Team there isn't, but I haven't bothered. There's no teams I have where I would want more than 20 models, so I haven't bothered to make possibility for more than 20 models. The nice thing is we're getting, with the starter set, we're getting my Plague Marine team back. And I'm hopeful they'll let me use all of my different loadouts here. I'm hoping GW isn't going to limit you to just the 7 Plague Marines that come in the box. And they'll sort of be like, here's the Justian Space Marines team. Here's the Heroes Plague Marine team. As you know, Strike Force Justian is part of Angels of Death. If you want the full Kill Team Angels of Death rules, go on the app, get the Angels of Death rules. Angels of Death are also allowed to use Assault Intercessors and regular Intercessors. If you want some Assault Intercessors and some regular Intercessors, go buy the box from us at GW. I hope they say the same thing with the Plague Marines and be like, hey, here's the Heroes Plague Marines, the 7 options that come in the starter box. There's more Plague Marine options if you buy a Plague Marine kit. You can add that to your team. I'm hoping that's what they do because I've got a lot of Plague Marines that obviously are not the ones that are going to be in the box that I would hope I can use. Then we have my Heretic team is the last team on the list. These ones are some of my wife's stuff, and this is just a future maybe team thing. Now, if I go over to, where is it? Let me bring up some examples of what I've been doing here. Oops, that's the rules documents. I want to go into the Shrouded. So this is my Legionaries. I've been making an index document for each of my teams. It's got a whole page of fluff. Pause the video if you want to read that. Then it tells you how to build your team. Same thing, just copied out of the GW rules, but with my specific operatives in there. Then there's this operative identification sheet that I took inspiration from the GW rules for, which shows you which operatives are which and which weapons are which. That way, if you're my opponent and you're uncertain about Legionaries and you want to know who's who and what weapons they have, I can hand you this sheet and say, here you go, here's my team, if you need to know who I have, you know. And then it has examples of the data cards I've been making with the images of my own models and with the wound tracking and all of this cool stuff on it. And then at the very bottom here, because I'm not going to replicate in this document all of the rules, because how often GW changes things and makes errata, I just said for up-to-date information regarding faction rules, ploys, and equipment, see the Warhammer Community or the Kill Team official app available for Android or iOS. And I've been making one of those for each of my teams. So like I have here my Pathfinders team, page of fluff, how to pick your Pathfinders team, all my Pathfinder models, what they're armed with, yada yada yada, drones, the different data cards, and yeah. And I also have, here was the Armies on Parade display that I did for my Plague Marines as a send-off for them when I thought they're for sure not coming back in the new edition. But then GW surprised me and brought them back. This is when it was still work in progress. I don't have pictures of the finalized thing. Basically this plus a Nuln Oil wash on those pipes. If you know what a Nuln Oil wash looks like, congratulations, you can picture what it looked like when it was finished. My wife and I both went to Armies on Parade, and she entered the category without a display board with her novitiates here, and they got her a bronze. So that's kind of cool. Um, she's decided she doesn't want to make her own custom data cards this edition, so I updated her part of the sheet to allow for the letter N to mean I'm not doing that, and you get points toward completion of your model if you say N. Just you're not doing it, whatever, who cares? Um, yeah, so, anyways, that is her side of things. What's been going on lately around here? I also have this planet here, which is the planet that I designed with an RPG planet generator I found online. This is where my Compendium Tyranid team was lurking in the perpetual night, and they were being fought by my Pathfinders and my Compendium Tau, but with the Tyranids gone and the Tau Compendium list gone, the Tyranids will be some good NPOs to face off against in solo or co-op. But my Genestealer cult are also on this world of Torox 4 among the Imperial populace. The Vespids are set here as well, helping the Tau out in pacifying the Genestealer cult and trying to bring the greater good to the populace of the planet. I've also made this it's not in here yet because you can't tell it from this side of the world, which is tidally locked, creating perpetual darkness on this side. I want to have on the light side of the planet the tomb where my Heretic Circle are from, and the reason the planet is tidally locked is because there's some ancient piece of Necron technology that they used to stop the planet rotating, such that none of the living creatures of the galaxy, when they went into their great sleep, any living creatures that popped back up in the galaxy couldn't live on this non-rotating planet, and therefore couldn't find them until it was time for them to wake up. And now they wake up and they go, hey, somebody's on the back side of our non-rotating world in the dark, cold side, right? Because they've just woken up out of their tomb on the hot side. So I thought that would be a cool hook for the Necron team, and it puts most of my teams together in the same place. I did design, where is it? It's in here somewhere. I think it was this one. This is the planet I designed for the Death Guard team. Had been seen on. They were seen on this planet, Pandaris, and I don't know exactly where they fit in the grand scheme of the narrative that links all of my teams anymore, now that my Death Watch team of Istvan 3 loyalists has been removed from the game. There's nobody with a direct conflict with the Death Guard, so we'll see what I can come up with for a backstory of why the Death Guard are where they are, or why they're facing my other teams. But anyways, I'm excited for the new edition. I haven't played any games yet, but I've been doing a decent amount of hobby, trying to get all my models assembled and primed at least before the Canadian winter sets in, when it's difficult to use a spray can. Um, it's far easier to use a rattle can when it's decent weather out, as opposed to when it's Canadian winter, even if I am in like the milder part of the interior of British Columbia. Um, but yeah, so that's been me so far. Sorry for the long delay between uploads, but life is life and gets in the way sometimes. But, anyways, have a good night and enjoy all your hobby that you're getting to, and have a great night. Bye.